Is on what to expect if you decide to become a lifeguard / swim instructor. I started lifeguarding when I was 15 and became an instructor about a year later. Many guards eventually get tired of just staring at the pool every day and decide they want to jump in and start teaching, or your boss will just force you to. Whenever I tell people that I'm a lifeguard, I'm usually asked, have you saved anyone? I've never actually had to use the skills I'm required to know as a guard in real life. Off-duty, my job consists of proving that I'm capable of saving people in need through in-service trainings, and on-duty, I'm just a fun sucker. One thing you must deal with as a lifeguard is dads who throw their kids, which is basically all dads. Little kids love when dad launches them 50 feet in the air so they can cannonball back into 4 feet of water. It's really a vicious cycle. Pretty soon every kid in the pool wants to be thrown, regardless of whether it's their dad or not. Sometimes it feels so wrong to be a fun sucker. However, people have become too lawsuit happy for businesses to trust anyone. Lifeguards are the barrier between a safe environment and one in which parents sue the pool because their child fell while sprinting up the water slide stairs, which were shockingly slippery. It will amaze you how the pool energizes children. Since it's dangerous and not allowed, kids decide they have to run everywhere at lightning speed, even if their destination is just a few steps away. You'll scream the word walk so often that it will automatically come out whenever you catch any glimpse of fast movement. You want to study your pool so you know if that's a drain at the bottom or if it's a child. Also know the pool rules. Seems pretty basic, but parents can be ruthless. They'll want to know exactly why their child can't be in the pool during adult swim, and you have to be prepared to tell them. It's because your child is not an adult. You'll often find yourself praying for thunderstorms. Embrace yourself for those viciously cold evenings when one insane family decides to stay at the pool after everyone has left, forcing all guards to remain on stand until the bitter end. You can only hope your death glare will scare them off. To prevent keeping guards on the same stand for too long, rotations typically occur every 20 minutes. Don't be late to rotation. The walk from one stand to another is typically the most excitement lifeguards get on an average day, and it's just cruel to delay your coworkers' brief release from prison. Depending on how many guards are at work that day and how busy the pool is, you could be on break longer than you are on stand, which is awesome. However, your boss may disapprove of your blissfully relaxing by the pool and force you to do in-service training. When practicing underwater rescue skills, you might have to play victim, and you can only hope that you won't become a real victim. You might actually start drowning when your coworkers struggle to keep your face above the water during a spinal injury rescue where they squeeze your arms against either side of your head as your body floats on a rescue tube and you're swam halfway across the pool. If you're a victim in a backboard rescue, you have to wait at the bottom of the pool to be rescued, then remain motionless as your coworkers fight through the extended process of strapping every part of your body flat onto a 6-foot wooden board. Being a cold, wet, half-naked pretend victim forced into a straitjacket will do a great job of destroying your self-esteem. Now I'm going to talk about swim lessons. What makes this job fun are the young ones. You'll get the type of kid who says he wants to rip your eye out and eat it, but you'll also get the more pleasant children, like the one who names her new pet turtle after you. When you get hired as a swim instructor, you might expect some direction from your superiors as to how to actually teach. You'll soon realize that the chaos of swim lessons makes strict guidelines pretty irrelevant. Most likely, you'll shadow an instructor for a few lessons, then be expected to teach your own classes. Kind of scary. Just make the effort to learn the basic skills and learn how to deal with criers, the kids that will scream nonstop for 30 minutes while their parents watch from the bleachers. Mom and dad, it's okay to take your kid out of the class if all he or she is doing is having a watery temper tantrum and destroying the learning environment for everyone else. To make kids stop crying, give them toys, make funny faces, ask them who their favorite Disney princess is. If being nice doesn't work, you have to get real. Tell them they can't see their mom or dad until they stop crying. Sounds hard. You know what else is hard? Dodging snot rockets and having your eardrums burst. Little kids do the silliest things, like try to swim without moving their arms, or say they want to put poop in buildings in the pretend soup you're making, or jump on your head instead of the floating noodle you so carefully held at the perfect distance from the pool's edge. At some point, you'll have to take your kids to the diving board. The older kids will show off with their fancy cannonballs, but it's really intimidating for the little ones to jump into a vast, unfamiliar sea. You must be there for them when they do. Catching kids in the water is an art, one that must be conquered. You have to know just the right distance for noodle placement and hope that the kid lands where you expect. When they jump on the noodle, you'll get splashed in the face and kicked in the stomach. Congratulate the traumatized child and swim with him or her to the side of the pool. Finally, it's time for these little suckers to go home, and you have a 10-minute break before your next class begins. Quickly and desperately, you ponder how you should spend it. You could get out of the pool and defrost in a hot shower and wrap yourself in a dry towel, but then you'll probably go into hypothermic shock when you get back in the freezing water. You should probably just stay in the pool and try to work up a wet sweat swimming laps. It's quite heavenly. The cold water doesn't bother little kids. This is because their minds have not yet activated the find things to complain about default setting. It makes them a joy to be around. Sure, some will be scared, but they'll be eager to learn once they realize they've accomplished something. Don't overlook the amount of courage it takes these small kids to trust themselves, or how rewarding it will be when you see them grow. Lifeguarding and swim instructing are fun jobs. They definitely balance each other out. The pool is a great place for families and communities to come together, enjoy each other's company, and learn from one another. I'm thankful to have had these experiences.